Sustainable living is just an obligation. It wasn't, oh, we've got to be more sustainable. That's the kind of people we are. We all do what we can, where we can. So I'm Jim Copperthwaite. I'm a writer of music and have been for most of my adult life. Grew up in Yorkshire. I lived in London for a good 20 years, studied in London and moved out here 15 years ago. And fundamentally it was about space. I loved London and I still do. All that energy that big cities provide is a fantastic thing. I wanted to be able to work in a way that got me into the natural world more quickly. And you know, space is a premium in London. We installed solar, and that leads to a general investigation, I suppose, into, well, where do we use energy and how is that used, and can we be more efficient? You know, you save energy, you save money, and you ultimately let less carbon out into the atmosphere. And that is the bedrock of all our activities. It's not the room, it's the opportunity to leave the room and be somewhere that is nourishing and feels right, which for me is space and countryside and landscape and, you know, birds and trees and all of that stuff. So I've got my piano, my glorious Wellmar piano here. You know, obviously some guitars. I'm not really a proper guitarist, but I can get around a couple of synths. The Prophet 5 used to belong to Rick Wakeman. From a sustainability point of view, certainly my journey to work is very short and it's on foot. We put in 4 kilowatts of solar and that supplies a decent amount of our energy and electricity. We have solar thermal as well, so a lot of our hot water is provided that way.
Do other people around in this kind of village area, do they also have invested a bit in solar, or is it just
solar everywhere?
Really?
Yeah. It's really big.
Is there any kind of like policy through the council or anything?
There are schemes that the council here supports to help people either fund solar or find contractors. All these technologies, they have roles in certain places. They work well in some scenarios and they're less suitable in other scenarios. And the great challenge, I think, of deciding how you choose a setup that's right for you is understanding what are my needs, what is my location, what are the kind of sunshine hours I'm going to get, all of that, and then working out what's the right technology to help me. One of the big challenges we have here, in contrast to that, is that there's no mains gas here. So pretty much every house in this village uses heating oil. So that's where burning kerosene, and that's, you know, where you get your gains and your losses. And I think that is a big challenge for the long term here. Sustainable living is just an obligation, right? So it wasn't, oh, we've got to be more sustainable. We wanted to be able to grow food, have a kind of quality of diet and food experience that just basically you can't get elsewhere.
And do you tend to sort of live off the food that you make? You kind of, is that kind of guide how you cook and how you eat?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that's the intention though. We start with what have we got? Let's try and plan the meals from there. And if we need to supplement it, which we often do, then we do that. We're not trying to be self-sufficient. You know, and I think that's actually important, because what I want is interdependency between people. I don't want to be an island. So tomatoes do extremely well in here, lots of basil, Thai basil, aubergines, peppers, chilies, that sort of thing. We knew someone with some Shetlands, and my wife likes to knit, so they do get sheared and the fleece is spun, and she knits the wool as well.
Do you sort of have any advice, I guess, for other people, composers, musicians, people that are just trying to implement small changes to make their lifestyle more sustainable?
I don't really want to suggest that I'm any kind of example of how to do these things, but I think energy is the first thing to look at. Your energy use, where you get it from, how much of it you're using, and whether that is all really necessary or not. I've been very fortunate to have had a sort of lengthy career in production music, and it's very, very compatible with my my life. I like the space it offers creatively. My job is not to just please myself. My job is to serve whatever narrative is the order of the day. So the job is to tell stories.
And do you have any sort of syncs that you're most proud of, or do you kind of remember hearing your first piece of music synced somewhere, and do you have any kind of favourites to memory?
There's an interesting thing with that, because people often ask me what I do, people I've never met before, and I tell them and the first thing they say is, "Oh, what will I know that you've done?" Yeah, and there are things, but they're more in the commissioned world. But I can say with confidence to pretty much everyone, you've definitely heard music I've written.
Yeah.
Because it is all over the place, and I still get a real buzz out of hearing something buried under dialogue, you know, in some TV show, and I think something happens. I thought, what is that piece? Oh yeah, it's one of mine, you know.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it's just a fantastic feeling to know it's out in the world, and then to look at just how far these things travel and what they appear on. It's quite incredible.
Jim, it's been a real pleasure hearing about how your life and your work are so deeply interwoven. Thanks so much for sharing your story.
My pleasure.